So here I have 3 different magazine front covers, each of different music genres. This one, Q, being sort of hybrid. It includes like alternative, indie music, pop, big bands, stuff like that. Then there's The Source, which is more sort of rap, hip hop, R&B, grime and dance music. And then We Love Pop, says it in the name really. It's just entirely about pop music, many different pop artists all over the front cover. So yeah, and the colours on this one, lots of pinks and purples and blues, imply that it's aimed at typically at a younger teenage girl fan base. Having already analysed Q, I'm just going to refer to this one for like certain elements, but looking at the masthead logos for each of the magazines, I noticed that The Source and We Love Pop are the most completely different to each other. We Love Pop catches the reader instantly, and it's very clear to read, which suits well to its young target readers, and the consistent use of bright colours on the front page imply an association with like young females. There's lots of pink and purples in there. The actual language We Love Pop connotes that this magazine is meant to attract like an entire fan base, like a group of people who all enjoy this type of music. So it makes it seem like a fun, enjoyable magazine to read. On the other hand, The Source is quite different. This masthead logo implies that it's the source of information about its genre of music, so it's going to be more factual, and it's going to talk a lot more about the actual music rather than the celebrities or artists that are producing it. So it's like got a lot of information, and this connotes that the target reader's more mature as well, so an older generation. There are strap lines more or less on each of the front covers. The Source, this one, no, not this one, The Source and Q are probably the most alike in their strap lines. And this is because the strap lines are solely talking about the music. With Q, it's promoting a 17-page special on Manic Street Preachers, which is a band. And on The Source, there's a whole strip of the artists that are going to feature inside the magazine. However, We Love Pop promotes content appealing more to young girls, such as like this one over here, Friday Download Boys Cause Trouble, and then Harry Hill Answers Your Problems at the top there in the corner. So it's more about problems, about boys. It's not, the strapline isn't like completely dedicated to the music. So all in all, the straplines are different across all three. Obvious differences we can see between the covers is that We Love Pop is extremely busy. It's got loads of different design elements and images taking up like the whole space of the front page, whereas the other two are a bit more minimalistic. The Source has probably got the simplest layout out of them all. As for the images, all three utilise the images in a very different fashion. Q and We Love Pop both include a band as their main image. Arctic Monkeys here and Little Mix here. The facial expressions of the members connote very different things. For example, here, the Arctic Monkeys, they all look quite stern, quite serious, and they're dressed in quite dark and gloomy grey clothes. And the low-key lighting, this is a studio shot, so the low-key lighting helps to emphasise certain parts of the image, like hairstyles. You can see the gel quite clearly, and it shows quite distinctive facial features as well. So that. On the other hand, Little Mix are presented sort of like fiery, fun, happy, and the reader can tell this from their facial expressions, completely different. The way they're dressed as well, the background, and the lighting of the image as well. It's high key lighting, which connotes like a bright warmth about them, and like their large smiles as well. They're all grinning. Shows happiness, fun, and this type of stuff is heavily associated with the type of songs that they have released, such as dance tracks like Move, DNA, and it all links in with the genre of music. The iconography is established quite well as well here through the use of brightly coloured lipstick and the makeup that they're wearing. So that's good. On the source though, there's just one main medium / close-up shot of, this is Pusha T, and we can see here his facial expressions connote something different, like confusion or something like that, and the gap between his teeth allows us to see some silver teeth, and this is something that many grime or rap artists usually style at the moment. His matching cap and t-shirt, the similar colours they both have, give a glam vibe without having to go through lots of effort, and the bright lighting on this one as well, high key, makes all of the reds and the blacks in the typefaces really stand out and pull together to make the front page. There are a lot of jam-packed features on We Love Pop, and I think there's about 10 to 12 images on the whole front page, depending on whether you include, you know, all the tiny ones or not. And the language used to promote all of these different cover lines is quite colloquial and simple, which again entices the younger target audience reader. With the speech bubbles as well, there's one big one here for the masthead, and these little different that bubble matches this bubble down here. And little effects such as these sparkles really capture the reader's attention, and this is very, very different to Q and the Source, who have different design elements. Q has a very little but quite effective as well. There's this blue plus sign down here, and the blue from that has been taken from the strapline, which gives off a house style. This over here, these cover lines are separated by little red dashes, which match the masthead logo as well. And the Source, very simplistic, but it does include a design element. Over here, this circle, you can't really see it clearly, but it has like a drop shadow, so it resembles like a sticker. And in the actual masthead, there's a graphic there, the microphone, which really links well in with the genre of the magazine. All in all though, I'd definitely say that We Love Pop uses the page furniture, design elements and the language to really talk to its reader directly. And finally, I'd say the typefaces used on all three magazines are very effective as well. The Source, all of its text is written in capitals as far as I can see. The cover lines are very, very similar. The colours are red, black and white all over, and although very simple, they're always clear to read. There's always different font sizes, so you know that the reader's going to look at Pusha T first and then Heaven for a Hustler. But yeah, all in all, it really does grab the audience it's looking for, because it's clearly stating all the artists that are going to be in it, and the tiny images down here on the right hand side of different social networks really imply it's trying to grab the older target audience. You've got here Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr and YouTube over there, and here you've got the Facebook page and Twitter page. It's really trying to grab the audience's attention and show that this magazine was made for them. And then for Q, it uses a range of sort of blues, reds, greys, whites and a bit of green at the top here to really complement each other well. And again, a house style is kind of emerging. From this comparative analysis, I can tell that the Source is going to be the magazine that I really try and follow the most. considering that the genre of my magazine is R&B, I'm going to try and follow the codes and conventions of this one the most.